alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hey fish family, welcome back to Tabarak Aquatics. Firstly, thank you all for viewing me, for coming to visit my channel and taking this ride with me. All the new subscribers who have been subscribing and leaving comments and so forth, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I have gotten a lot of action from my good buddy, the Big Fish Lad, Paul. He has a channel, the Big Fish Lad. If you do follow me and you are, a viewer of this channel, please check out the Big Fish Lad. He's a great dude, and since he recommended me, I've been getting a lot of people who've been just coming by and liking what they see and subscribing. Well, anyway, I have a subscriber named Andrew Jones, who he asked about the Panda Uaru tank and what the water parameters that I'm keeping them in. So I figured that this is a good chance to interact with you guys and show you that I do pay attention to your comments, and it do mean a lot because you guys give me ideas. You guys give me the content for the most part by asking that question. Now, well, please forgive me, by the way. My camera work, my gimbal on my other camera, well, my only camera, it broke, and I have to send it back into the manufacturer for them to send me another one. Therefore, I am doing this on my cell phone. Okay, so please forgive me for not being crisp and clean. But anyway, what I'm going to do is, let me move this down. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to check the water parameters right here on this video, and we're going to discuss the water parameters that I kept, that I acclimated the fish to, and what kind of maintenance I've been doing, and how I've been keeping my water successfully, keeping these Panda Uaru Cichlids. All right, hold tight. Okay, so for full transparency, I have my ammonia test kit right here. I'm going to test the ammonia level, the nitrite level. I'm going to check the nitrate level. I'm going to check all the levels. And what's most important for these fish is the pH. We're going to check the pH, okay? I'm not going to make any predictions. I just did a water change yesterday, so today would be a perfect time to check that. All right, so we're gonna dip in and get some water out of here. Make sure it's right about perfect at the line here. Sometimes I get it perfect and sometimes I don't. I know I made it look easy. Let me tilt this down a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I like to go ahead and fill them all up with water and get it over with. That way I can go ahead and do each test one at a time. And like I said, forgive my filming and forgive the sound. I'm just, this stuff right here can't wait. You guys, are riding along with me, and this is part of the ride. So stuff break, and we're gonna make it do what it do, improvise. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is check my ammonia in this tank. Now, the thing about when you're keeping very low pH, I gotta count to 8, I can't multitask and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you're keeping very low pH water, is that you have a different type of nitrogen cycle that happens. You have a different type of bacteria, and what happens is that the ammonia turns into ammonium, which renders the ammonia harmless, almost like nitrate, pretty much harmless. So you have elevated ammonia levels in a lot of cases. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In some cases you have elevated ammonia levels, but your fish don't seem to be affected by it. That's because it shows up as ammonia, but it's actually ammonium. because your pH is so low that when your pH gets to a certain level, it destroys the bacteria that eats the ammonia, and your ammonia levels will show high, but in actuality, that it's pretty harmless to your fish. All right, so this is the ammonia. We're gonna set that there. We're gonna check that in a minute. Let's go ahead and check pH, one of the all important ones. I won't bother checking the high pH because I'm quite sure that it's gotta be below 7 at least. I just did a water change yesterday, so my pH is going to be different from how I keep it throughout the week. 1, 2, 3. So what I did is I put a catappa leaf in there to offset, you know, the pH as far as that new water I put in there. Okay. So this is the pH. Because with the water change, the new water changes the pH, so I put a catappa leaf in there. And so this is going to tell me whether or not I'm going to need to put another 1 or 2 catappa leaves in there. And I probably will have to, because I can see already that the pH is higher than I like to keep it. We're going to check my nitrates. This is solution bottle 1. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Oops. Now with this, while I'm inverting this one, I have to keep shaking this one for 30 seconds, okay? And invert this one at the same time. So I am multitasking. All right. I didn't exactly count, I just guesstimated it. All right, so one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And it's good that Andrew Jones asked me that question. Now I gotta shake this for 1 minute. It's good that he asked me that question because I haven't checked my water levels, my water. I didn't check my water in about maybe 2 weeks or so. What happens is that it gets tedious. You keep checking your water and you have a certain expectation, and sometimes when we have our hands too involved or too much in the water, we get to doing stuff that's not needed, and we end up causing more harm than we do fixing anything. All right, so that's my nitrate, and let's get the nitrite levels real fast. That's the one thing that's missing, and I'll show you and explain to you what we got going on here. Okay. Add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Don't have to do a lot to that. All right. So what we got here? Let's go over ammonia. Ammonia is. Let me see. Where is it? Okay, there we go. The ammonia level, as you can see, the ammonia is 0. That's to be expected. The pH is a little higher than I like it to be. The pH is about 6.4, as you can see, 6.4. My pH, I usually keep it at 6.0 to 6.2, but 6.4. And it's going to drop some more because I put that catappa leaf in there yesterday. So I usually keep it around 6. I did a water change that raised my pH in there, and I put the catappa leaf to start helping. I was going to work slowly, but it's 6.4. Nitrite 0, so ammonia 0, nitrite 0, pH 6.4. Oh, I hope y'all catching all this. And my nitrate, it looks like it's 20 parts per million, between 10 to 20 parts. I'm sorry, between 10 to 20 parts per million on my nitrate. All right. So in case you didn't see it, My ammonia right here, 0. My pH right here, 6.4. Right there, 6.4. My nitrite, 0. My nitrate right here at 20 parts per million. All right. So there we have. That's what we have as far as my water parameters. That's what we have as far as my water parameters is concerned. And I'll show you my tank real fast. Hold tight. All right, family. Let's talk about what I feed these fish. I'm going to do a feeding for you real quick. Okay, so I just put in some Norfin veggie pellets, and as you see, they rush out. They love it. I feed them mostly Norfin veggie pellets as their main staple, and I also give them the Fluval bug bites, spirulina flakes, and I give them sometimes Viber bites from Hikari, also the Fluval bug bite granules, and the Fluval bug bites tropical color enhancing flakes. I don't feed them too much of the heavy pellets and stuff like that because I don't want them to get bloat. I don't want them to bloat up and get sick, you know. So I feed them what they like. I stick with the vegetables and stuff like that to help their digestive system. Now, of course, you know, some of the benefits of having the tannins and so forth in the water is that it helps them digest. It helps their digestive system. They eat the catappa leaves constantly. That's why I'm constantly replacing them. You see I have a lot of skeletons from the leaves because they eat all the leaves and leave the skeletons behind. But that's all good. That's why they are healthy. Because I was going to I think I'm going to still put some alder cones in there, but I stay with the catappa leaves mostly because I know they love to eat it. And they also love these Norfin vegetable pellets. I stay with Norfins because they're very good quality food. I don't do too much Hikari in any of my tanks. Just like the Viber bites are good. It's certain Hikari products, but very few of them that I use. I stick with Norfin, Extreme, and Fluval for the most part. But these guys, well, I just told you what they eat. Once in a blue moon, I will drop some bloodworms in there, but you know, not too often. I want them to have good protein, but you give them too much, they'll be constipated and bloated up and everything, and I'll have a problem. Also, look how carefully I chose their tank mates. Made sure that I chose some Cardinal Tetras, some Brandissaurus Tetras, the Super Red Bristlenose Pleco in there. I did that because these fish can tolerate the high temperatures, the low pH. You know, they like the same parameters. Also, I forgot to mention the stir-by corridors in there. They like the same water parameters as these Panda Uarus. So that's why I chose these fish to be their tank mates or whatever. I wanted the tetras, the Cardinal Tetras, because they're beautiful, but I wanted them and the stir-by corridors because they're very active fish, and these Panda Uarus are very shy, skittish fish, and I use these other fish to coax them out, to get them to come out and be comfortable. It don't help that I have the tank pretty much almost on the floor because it's on the bottom rack, so that don't help because that make the fish even more nervous. They see legs and feet walking by. You know, it's just something about those bottom rack tanks that make the fish nervous or whatever. So I put some fish in there to try to make them comfortable. Now here I'm showing you a feeding from the top. Those are the Fluval bug bites, color enhancing flakes, and mostly they for the tetras because you know tetras like to eat the small food as it falls towards the bottom or float around a little bit. But these guys, they also like to eat it. These Panda Uaru like to eat it as well, and good source of protein, good quality flake. So that's what we have, y'all. My water parameters, of course, I do my best to keep it balanced out. I do
50 to 60% water changes. So I'm going to have to change the way that I do my water changes, because I have too many. I will have too many swings in the pH if I don't be careful. So I think what I'm gonna start doing is putting some type of Blackwater enhanced water aside, and do like half of the water from the faucet and half of the water that's already treated with catappa leaves and alder cone and so forth. So I don't have too much of I don't get the huge swings in pH, because that would get the fish sick as well, the pH shock and the temperature shock. So I have to walk that fine line as far as that's concerned. Well, anyway, you all hope that I did a good job explaining how's it going so far and how I take care of this tank. I'm still learning, so hopefully you guys are learning and keeping these fish vicariously through me. I appreciate you guys for riding along with me. I appreciate all your support. If you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. Please leave a like. Please leave a comment. If you have any suggestions, please leave that in the comment section. If you have any questions, please leave that in the comment section as well. Please share these videos. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I swear I do. I need all the support I can get. Until next time, happy fish keeping. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.